Now to that water main break. The good news is that tonight water service is restored, but a boil advisory is still in effect after this break on the east side of Indianapolis. Now we're getting a clearer picture of the full scope of the impact of this break. Logan Gay spent tonight in Irvington talking with business owners, and Logan, a lot of quick adjustments for people who rely on this water.
That's right, and some businesses, including Strange Bird, had to make the tough decision to close for the day. Others opened, but with limited menu. All of them crossing their fingers they can make it through until Saturday at noon when that boil advisory is lifted. Water may have been gushing through the streets because of the broken water main near the intersection of East 22nd Street and Dr. Andrew J. Brown Avenue. But for neighbors on the east side in the Irvington community, when they turned their knobs, it was bone dry. Many businesses wrestle with the idea of closing for the day or not. For Carrie Shea, the co-owner of Snug, the decision to open the pub for the day came 30 minutes before the set normal hours, when water was finally restored.
As a business owner, it's scary because you're afraid to be closed, but you also don't want to put anybody in harm's way. And, you know, we want to make sure, so like calling the health department and making sure that we're doing all the right things.
Because the boil advisory is still in place, restaurant and bar owners who want to remain open have to take special precautions. For Snug, that means temporarily limiting their menu.
And so we have a big thing of water boiling that we're using if we have to use any water for anything, but otherwise it's all bottled water, and we're serving beer, wine, and whiskey, everything that's been sealed already.
But restaurants and bars aren't the only businesses impacted. The owner of Bare Knuckles Barbershop, John Moore, says they started their day with water at the shop. But a few hours later,
one of my other barbers went to go make some hot towels, turned the knob on, and no water turned on whatsoever.
Which means they were forced to quickly improvise.
One of my stylists was coloring a client's hair, and we had to finish the service, so I had to go buy bottles of water to wash the client's hair out.
In an industry that requires running water in order to be open, they were forced to close for the rest of the day. He says this was an inconvenience for both the stylists and their clients, who already had appointments scheduled that day.
I have 2 clients that are going out of town this weekend and wanted to be cleaned up because one of them has a wedding to go to. So now they had to go elsewhere.
They will be open on Friday, and they're hoping and praying things will be better then.
You never know how precious water is until you actually need it.
So here's a few more tips from Citizens Energy for neighbors to use during this time. They suggest people use bottled water for everything, including rinsing vegetables, making coffee, ice, and even brushing your teeth. They also say you should give bottled water to your animals as well. Again, the advisory is currently in effect until noon on Saturday.